Hello, it is I, Mr. Cinema Junkie. And I am back for day 15 of the Movie a Day Challenge. And today's challenge is to name our favorite monster movie. Monster movie. Haven't used that term in a long time. Monster movie. Yeah. Well, interesting. Because you could very easily say horror movie, but it's not necessarily a monster movie, right? So I think that's kind of cool. Well, anyone who knows me knows exactly what I'm going to say. And anyone I think knows what I'm going to say, I know what they're thinking right now. So I don't care. I like this movie anyway. You know who you are, man. Yeah. My favorite monster movie is Cloverfield. And I say that with no shame. None whatsoever. I don't care. I get a lot of shit for that. But I like it. I like it. It's not one of those movies I could watch over and over again. Man, I gotta sneeze so bad. Always strikes me at the worst time. Yeah, I mean I can't watch it back to back to back like that. I gotta give it, a little rest. Couple weeks at least before I can sit down and watch it again, or even try to watch it again. And even then, it's got to be like because somebody else said, "Hey man, just check out this movie." I don't just go through my collection of movies and go, hey, Cloverfield. Got to be in a certain mood to watch it, but it is one of my favorite monster movies. I think the creature in it was really cool. I think the hype around it was kind of neat. How people were trying to figure out what the monster looked like. Oh, images of the monster leaked on the internet. And some of those drawings were like way off. I don't know what the hell they were drawing, but and then the little conspiracy theories inside a fake movie, which is kind of neat when you think about it. That there were two monsters because one looks different from the other one, and one's an adult and one's a baby. I think that's kind of neat. And then the little message at the end, the little backwards message. It sounds like radio static breaking up, but when you play it backwards, it says it's still alive. I think that was cool. But to me, and this is one of the things I get shit on for, but it's when I tell people I think it's our answer to Godzilla. Japan has Godzilla, and Godzilla is an awesome monster. He really is. You can't argue that one. He's like king of the monsters. Of course, then you got like Rodan and the three-headed Hydra or Ghidra or Mothra or all those classic Japanese ones. And what did we have? We had King Kong. Okay, King Kong is cool to an extent. The original was okay. The old black and white one with Fay Wray. And then they remade it in the 70s and it was alright. And then Peter Jackson made it. And I don't know, man. It's King Kong, man. It's a big gorilla. But nowhere near as cool as something prehistoric and just very creature-like. So Cloverfield came along, and I just don't understand what people don't like about the movie other than the whole shaky cam documentary style filming. I mean, I personally could have done without the guy constantly saying, "I'm going to document this. I'm going to document this for future." I don't need an explanation why you're doing it. That's what killed movies like Diary of the Dead for me, was too much explanation as to why they were filming and why the video was the way it was. The voice in the beginning where she says, the narrator says, and we added music for effect. Kind of like saying, oh, this is supposed to be a documentary, but we added music in it. how are we going to explain music being in this raw documentary? Oh, we'll just say we added it for effect. But, it killed it for me. They should have just shut up and left it alone. But back to what I was saying about Cloverfield. The scenes where they're flying around, you see the creature down on the ground and climbing up buildings and taking out whole sides of the building, and of course the opening scene with the explosions out in the harbor, and that was one of the reasons that's another reason people thought there were two monsters, because you see an explosion in one direction, you see an explosion in the distance, but then you see the head of the statue being thrown from the opposite direction. Now, either this creature cleared that area really, really fast, or there were two creatures. So that was kind of an interesting take. Also, the very subtle and almost throwaway scene at the end where they're videotaping their trip to the amusement park, and in the distance you have to kind of like stop the video, but in the distance you see the little black figure falling out of the sky into the water, and they're saying that was part of like a satellite or something, a piece of satellite that fell into the water and woke the monster that was down there. So I don't know, I find it interesting. I think it's kind of cool. That's a fun little popcorn movie, man. Just kick back. Doesn't take a whole lot of thought. You got a bunch of people running from a monster. There you go. The little sub-creatures that fall off of it and go running around biting everybody and making their heads swell up and blow up and everything, those are kind of neat in a way. But overall, Cloverfield I thought fit the bill. For me anyway. So, for favorite monster movie, I'm going with Cloverfield. Have you guys seen it? Let me know what you think. One way or the other. I know there's not a lot of huge fans for that movie, but I'm interested in hearing what you have to say about it. So, there you have it. I believe I picked this movie for the Alphabet of Awesome Movies, too, for the letter C. But this is a whole new challenge, so that's what I'm sticking with. Thanks, guys. Day 16 right around the corner. And I'll be talking to you soon.